I've had some people asking me for a video tour of my barn to give them some design ideas based off what I've done. The overall size of this barn is 60 by 72. That does include the 16 by 60 lean-to, which I have all fenced in. I do close these gates at night so that the does can, be safe, and they can either be inside their barn, or if it's a nice evening, they can kind of be out here lounging, which is nice and still be safe. My boys are over there. This whole section here, the 16 deep and then by 55 long, this is all insulated and drywalled, heated and cooled. This is where the milk parlor is. Here is where I can, get feed delivered a pallet at a time and stored in there. And we'll look in there in just a minute, but that's what I call the lounge area. I have a little mini kitchen in there, and that's my extension room I just built. It all has 8-foot ceilings, so above that is storage, and we'll look at that in a minute. But one of the most important things I think about this design is the very large sliding doors that I have. It really helps have a lot of options, whether it's, if it's really hot, you can open all the doors and keep things cool. If it's cold, you can close all the doors to keep things warm. With that said, you need to have also access to get in and out with equipment. Whether it's a tractor, a skid steer, whatever, but have a lot of big gates to where you can get straight in access to your doors. That's one big door there, and then this is another big door here. One thing with these big doors, if you have them lined up straight across, not only is it easier to get equipment in and out, but what it does here is, that door there is only open a little bit, but if you have them all the way open on a really hot day, it kind of creates a tunnel effect. So even if there's not much of a breeze, it will kind of force what little bit of air there is, to kind of come through in a tunnel effect, and kind of creates a breeze, which kind of helps keep things a little cooler, which is nice. And this area you can see a little better now. That's the finished area, and what you can't see is the window that's above, and that can be opened up to help vent out the peak and keep things a little cooler. And there's my low waste feeders, which are helpful because hay is way too expensive to be wasting. Above that, I have the hay loft, which will hold an entire semi's worth of hay. I have the hay elevator on a chain hoist so that it can be lowered when it is needed, and lifted out of the way when it's not. That way I don't have to keep reinstalling it every time. This is the big kids nursery and the kidding pen area. This is 24 by 24 area, and the big kids nursery has their own paddocks out there that's 60 by 100. And the kidding pens are all modular panels that can be taken apart, and that way it's easy to clean this out at the end of the season. But you want to think about things here like, having lighting right above your kidding pens is really helpful and nice. And you also want to have electrical sockets, whether it's, for cameras. I have cameras that are pointing right on my kidding pens. Or, here, this is where I put my kids right here in a tote and I blow dry them. So I have electrical right here. So you want to think about things like that in your design. That little door there is the stairs that go up to the storage area up there. You want to think about things like having your water easily accessible, not only for you, that way you don't have to carry buckets anywhere, but also for your goats. If it's nasty weather out, they don't have to go outside to get water. They can, get it right here, which is really nice. If you bury your little container in the hay a little bit, at least here, it doesn't freeze. So that's super nice. Like, it never freezes through the entire winter. This is my newborn nursery, and they have their own little play area outside there too. And then out here, I have like my project area where I can, work on stuff without goats being able to get to it, which is nice. And then I have out there is a fenced in area for my tractor, which they can't get to. But like I said, you can see all these big doors can really be opened up to help keep things really aired out in here on a hot day, but they can also all be closed. And then if they're all closed, I just keep this little door open. That way, with all this hay in here and with all the goats in here, it's really not too bad. I won't say it's not cold, but it really isn't terrible with just this little door open. It kind of keeps things probably, I want to say, close to 10 degrees warmer in there than it is out here. So here we're still under the lean-to. This is where they come in to get milked. And, you know, it's nice that we're still under the lean-to because if it's raining or something, I don't have to like beg them to come in because they don't have to get wet to come. I do have a more in-depth video of the milk room and of the nurseries on my website if you're interested. So I'm not going to go too far into detail with it, but here I can milk 6 at a time. And then we go into the lounge area. There I have a futon, and that's where the feed comes in. I can store 2 tons at a time there, which is nice. And then I have my TV that has the cameras. I can watch. The whole thing's on a tilt. It can be moved, you know, any way. It can be moved the other way or whatever. So if I'm in here milking, I can see and, you know, get to them very quickly, which is helpful. And in here I have the bathroom, but also this is where the pump is for the milk equipment, and it's very loud. So I have this interior wall here and this interior wall here all insulated, and that way I can shut this door and I don't have all that sound coming in. And then I have it piping out, and it goes out along the wall and then it comes back into the milk room, and that's the vacuum line. And here I have my tools and stuff as organized as possible. And then we go into the mini kitchen here. This is where I wash and store the equipment. And I have like a little microwave here. And then this is the extension that I just built, which right now is just kind of working out as my project area. I'm getting my bottle holders all ready by painting them. But one thing you want to notice about my design in here is, you know, all these windows and doors. Like, you might think having a door on every single side is too much, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't give up any of them. It's so convenient to be able to get to what you need to get to very quickly. Anything you can do to make your management more efficient is just going to help you in the long run. I also really like having windows, you know, as many windows as possible. It's really nice when the weather is nice that I can open all the windows and have nice airflow coming through here. I also have a ceiling fan in there, which is really nice. I have a ceiling fan in the extension room too. I don't know if you can kind of see it from here. But those are the kinds of things you want to think about in your design. You know, keep yourself comfortable, but also make yourself as efficient with your management as possible. That's going to help you, you know, in the long run. I can get to things very quickly here. If I see a doe pushing out a kid on the video, I'm 40 feet away from the kidding pen. So I can stay in here in the heat and be comfortable, which is, you know, super nice when it's kidding season and, you know, it's freezing outside. I can just sit here and watch in the heat and be comfortable, and then run out when I see the kid actually coming out. So it's really helpful to be able to do that. I usually have a little playpen set up here to where I keep my babies for the first 24 hours while I'm still doing the colostrum until they graduate to the newborn nursery. With the new extension room, I'll probably keep them in there this year. But I hope you've gotten some good ideas from this. I've really enjoyed this design, and it's worked out very well for me. So hope you have good luck with yours, and hope you got some good ideas.